Kathleen, it's been a busy morning.
It sure has. This is so interesting, isn't it? Because all the issues that we have been talking about for months, if not years, but certainly in particular the last few months, the last 6 months of 2022, going into this year, all about yield curve control, all about the difficulty the BOJ has had keeping it in control, right? And the big tweak, surprising tweak, as Kuroda wanted to call it, almost former governor, Bank of Japan Governor Haruhiko Kuroda. This was just a technical adjustment, but they widened it, they doubled it, right? Anyway, so what are they saying about it to now? Well, there's clearly, he's kind of saying something that's obvious. Sure, if we get our 2% inflation target, we will do all kinds of things. We'll stop buying massive amounts of bonds. We'll start backing away from yield curve control. We will start normalizing policy. But the question is, as he said, he doesn't know how much confidence he has in getting there and keeping it there. And again, I would say, how are they going to define achieving the target? Are they going to put a time frame on it? Are they going to go to an averaging 2% over a period of time? Very important, I think, that he said shortening the yield curve control target is one of many options. You know, people have addressed this for a number of times and suggested that instead of targeting the 10-year bond yield, they could target the 5-year bond yield, and how that might help take that kink, that funny kink in the yield curve. It goes like this, then it goes down at the 10-year and comes up. So he's obviously looking at all the things that have been on the table, but there's no sense yet of what he will do unless they get to 2%. He's put a lot of emphasis on wages, and I think this year there's much more optimism in the Shunto, the spring wage negotiations, that finally employers are starting to feel the pressure to raise wages. It's easiest if you're a big company. It's the small businesses that are the big question mark, and that's about 70% of the companies, at least in Japan. So that's where you have to see the wages rising. But even there, apparently, there are more small business owners who are granting their workers wages and granting them bigger wages. But I guess if you're an employer and you want to keep your workers there and working for you to a certain extent, when you have higher inflation, in Japan doesn't have 7% or 8% inflation like the US has had or other countries are still having, but 4%, as anybody know who has lived or worked or been to Japan, that's a lot of inflation for them. Anyway, a lot going on with Mr. Ueda, and we have more of it on Monday and then more after that.